It's Amanda from I Sew A Lot, and new video today all about my July makes. I was going to leave this video and film it tomorrow because I've been really hoping to get my Desmond Backpack finished so I could get it into the video, but unfortunately I've been procrastinating on it for too long, so it's not going to get done. I'm at the phase where I have just put my straps on, so I've still got all the lining to do and everything, so unfortunately that's going to have to come in next month's video. My husband's bought this really fancy chair that I'm sitting in now, so no video outside because the kids are outside and they're shouting, plus it's a little bit breezy, although the sun is shining. It is lovely, and so I thought I'd give the chair a bit of a test run to see if it was going to be perfect for vlogging, which I think it is. So, first make of the month is my Sally jumpsuit, and I'll put a picture in here so you can see what it looks like lengthwise, and I'll give you a little twirl. So yeah, V-neck. I went for the kimono sleeve, so it's got a tie at the back, and I also went for the cropped culotte length. I have to admit I'm not 100% happy with the V on the front or on the back. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, I really messed it up. I used clear elastic, but the clear elastic I normally use the Prim one, but I just got some different stuff this time, and it was really stiff. And also the instructions I thought were a little unclear as to how to stitch your clear elastic on, because it looks from the illustration like you stitch it away from the edge of the fabric, whereas I think it would have probably worked better if I'd have actually stitched it on the edge, and then when I stitched the lining on it would have been in a better position. But yeah, I'm not very happy with my V at the front or the back, but other than that I really like it, and I have been wearing it. It's really comfy. I'm really glad I went with the you know, the cropped length, and it is like secret pyjamas, so I'm really pleased with that. The only adjustments I made were I did the same as I usually do when I'm about to make something, and that is stalk everyone on Instagram and on their blogs to find out who's made it, how they made it, any changes they made. So that's generally what I do. So if you get a random like from me for something you made ages ago, that's probably why, because I'm trying to find anybody who's made it and made any adjustments. And there seemed to be a common opinion that the crotch length was I think it was a combination of the bodice being short and the crotch length being really short, so I was quite conscious of that. But with regard to the bodice, like I've said before in my other vlogs, I am quite short bodied, so I wasn't too worried about that. Plus I think when I measured it, it seemed to come in the right position for my natural waist, so I didn't do anything to the bodice, but I did add 3 inches to the crotch length, and there are shorten and lengthen lines on the pattern, so it's really easy to do. So and I added 3 inches there, but I think eventually I took off about 1.5 inches, so I added 1.5 inches there. So yeah, and it's perfect for me. It is perfect, so I'm really happy with that. The only thing is obviously where I'd stitched the pockets on and then I had to cut down the waist length. You are making your pocket openings smaller, but they're fine. They're fine. I don't have a problem with those. So yeah, so that's make number 1. And I also made 4 pairs of the Oliver & S Sunny Day shorts, like I said I was going to, for my boys. And to be honest, they're more sort of bedtime shorts than just normal wearing shorts. And I found some really lovely prints. Like I said in my last video, these are Maycolor, and I think the range is Galaxy, I think it's called. But look at this. It's got astronauts all over it. This is my favourite pair, I think. But I've also got fab rockets and satellites. And there's a theme here, planets. And one more, which my son Rowan chose, which I did not like, but he likes it, and it's got pirates, like a novelty print with pirates all over it. And he said, "Mummy, you like what you like, but I like what I like." So I tried to convince him not to have it, but yes, he wasn't having any of it. And yeah, they turned out so well, they really did. And it's such an easy pattern, really straightforward. I didn't have any trouble. Really lovely, and the length is good on them. They're a bit like Bermuda short length, and they're quite wide, but perfect for a bedtime. And if you made them from sort of a twill or something, they would be really good as a daytime short as well. So I totally recommend this pattern. It's a really, really good pattern. Okay, and I also made, for my husband, I said I was going to make the Harrington shorts. It's a seam work pattern, and I did, and here they are. They've got pockets in the side seams, which are really roomy. They've got a 2-inch elastic in the waist, and I stitched around the top just to make it a bit more, I just think it looks better when you top stitch it around the top. But yeah, I'm really pleased with how they turned out. The only thing I would say about the pattern is it isn't very generous. So I think, I don't know if it is because my husband wears his on his hips rather than on his waist, or the pattern was too small. But they fit, but they are a bit snug. And he hasn't worn them yet, which generally for me, although we haven't had lots of hot weather since I made them, generally is a bit of a sign that maybe they're a bit small. But yeah, a great pattern, really easy. I really like I'll just show you the inside as well. The pockets are really nice. I added a little tag in the back so that he knew which was the back and which was the front. And yeah, really, really simple. This chambray, by the way, is, well, I don't know, it's not actually a chambray because chambray tends to have a bit of a texture to it. But this is called a soft wash denim, and it has either side you can use. I use the lighter side for the shorts, though I am a bit concerned that they do look a bit like boxer shorts. But there you go. They were really a muslin because I already had this fabric to make something else. And this was from eBay, and it is $6.99 a metre, and I can't remember what the seller's called, but I'll put it down below. But it's a 4-ounce wash denim, and it's really, really nice. So that leads me on to the next thing, which I need to get changed for, so I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so the next thing is my Sew Over It Lulu top. I am so pleased with this. I think this is one of maybe my favourite things that I've made recently because it's really, really easy to wear. The pattern was really quick. I think I sewed it before my kids were in bed in the morning and my husband went to work, and I managed to sew it before they got out of bed, so that is a bonus all round for me. So yes, my Lulu top. See if I can show you a bit better what it looks like. And I really like the fit. It's loose, nice, not too loose, nice. But yeah, it's got some really nice gathering here as well. And I made a cover button, and I made a loop from, you know, when you buy clothes ready to wear. Well, I had a couple of vests, old vests that I'd had for ages, and they still had the ties, the ribbon strings inside. So yeah, that's what I used to go in there, so upcycling. And what I did do, and I'll insert a picture here, when I first made it, because all the inside of the bias is all hand stitched, so I finished all that, and I hate hand stitching, but it turned out really well. And I wore it for a day, but I found that the fabric was really pooling here, and it was slightly big for my frame, and sometimes the facing, which is behind the keyhole, kept popping out. So I thought, first of all, I thought maybe it was where my shoulders were too narrow. So I took pinned the arms in to see if that made a difference, but it didn't, it still did it. So what I did was, and I've got a picture, I actually took probably, you know, about, I don't know, a centimetre and a half, out of each side. So I just unpicked this, moved the gathers in, snipped a bit off the end, and then re-stitched it down, and it's been perfect, it's been fine. So I will adjust my pattern because I think the front portion of it is just slightly too big for my shoulders. But now it's perfect, I don't have any trouble with it at all. And this fabric again, this is the chambray that I made the shirt in, the shorts in, sorry. This is the shorts, and this is the reverse. And I was going to make it the light side, but I sewed my facing onto my keyhole opening and trimmed it, and then I realised I'd actually sewn it together the wrong way out. So I wasn't about to redo it, so I decided I would just go with it and use the dark side. And actually I'm really glad that I did, because I really like it. I think I prefer it. Okay, so I'm going to have to get changed again for the next make, so I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so I also made I made a white one, but I don't know what I've done with it, it must be in the wash, of the Rowan Bodysuit, and here it is. I just stand up and show you what it looks like. So I made it because I wanted some tops that I could tuck in. I'll show you the back. And what I did, because it comes with either a V-neck, a turtleneck, or a crew neck, and I actually wanted it scooped out. And I know that Megan Nielsen has got on her blog a tutorial of how to scoop it out, but she uses the V-neck and then makes it very windy and then makes it rounded, but the V, it was a bit deep for me, so I just scooped it out myself. I used the 3/4 length sleeve, but I've added a cuff. And also when I made the white one, I was a bit concerned because I wore bodies when I was younger and they weren't the most comfortable of things, mainly because generally they seem to be a bit short, so they spent the whole time in a place that you don't really want them to go. So I was a bit concerned about that, but I thought I'll make it as the pattern suggests. Again, I tried to cyberstalk anybody that had made it. I did also message Rosa of Sewn, because I know that she's made quite a few, but she hasn't made the body version, she's made the top version. And because I was a bit concerned that it would be too short in the body, so I made the white one, and I was correct, it was too short in the body, but it is okay. I wear it under my dungarees, but that is the problem that I seem to have with bodies, is where they're short in the body, they really pull you in and they just make your boobs look really flat. And to be honest, I don't have any boobs anyway, so I don't want anything to make them look flat. So what I did for the black one is I added 1 inch to the actual body on the waistline, and I added 1 inch to both the front and the back of the gusset. And I also followed Megan Nielsen's tutorial on her blog of how to add snaps, and I did that on both of mine because I think the original pattern is for hook and eye, but I just think they're too fiddly. And I've got my Vario prim pliers that any excuse to use them because I love them. So yes, I added snaps, and I've added 1 inch to the body, 1 inch to either side of the gusset back and front, and it's perfect. So I've made those adjustments to my pattern now, and I've definitely use those adjustments again, and I'm planning when the weather turns a bit warmer to make some turtlenecks, because I think they'd be fab underneath Cleo's, dungarees, anything like that. So okay, unfortunately, like I said, I don't know where the white one is, it must be in the wash, so I can't show you that, but it's exactly the same. So I'm going to have to get changed, and I've got three more things to show you. I won't be a minute. Okay, so one of the recent things I've made is this, and it's from this beautiful fabric from Weaver D. I've seen all of the colourways all over Instagram because it's been really popular, so I'm going to show you. This is my first Ogden cami, and I really like, it's got a facing that comes all the way down, which I really like. I really like the way the straps are inserted as well, because it gives a really neat finish. But I have to admit, for me personally, it's a bit too much skin. So I don't know if I'd make it again because I like things generally with wider straps. It's just more my style, but I do think they're really pretty and they look fabulous on a lot of people. So I'm not sure I'd make it again because, I mean, it'll be fine with a cardigan over it, but on its own it's a bit too much because the back's quite low as well. Yeah, but yeah, it'd be really great under cardigans, but yeah, a little bit not my style. So I'm going to have to change 2 more things. Here we go. Okay, so from that same fabric, I've also made the Sew Over It penny dress. And oh my goodness, I love this dress. Let me just show you. I love it. It's so nice. I love it. Now, this dress, I really, really love it. The only thing is, to be warned, I think personally that this pattern may have been rushed to get out, because I know when they first released it, they released it with the incorrect fabric requirements on it, and also when I made it, I noticed there are a few notches missing, mainly, which I think is quite a crucial notch, telling you where to fold your placket, which is a bit of a big deal. I think for somebody, obviously it's geared towards intermediate sewers, but I think, you know, that's quite a crucial point to tell you where to fold your placket. And also on the top of the skirt, there are no notches at all. And so, yeah, I mean, obviously, like I said, I have sewn obviously quite a few dresses before, so I managed to figure it out. But if somebody was sewing it who didn't have that much experience, I think they might struggle, which is really, really a shame because it's such a lovely dress. It really is. And I was unsure as to whether I would like it because, like I've said before in my other videos, I'm not really a fan of elasticated waists. But with this, and when I first made it, I have to admit, I put it on and I didn't like it. But I took about 4 or 5 inches off the hem to make it knee length, because the midi length on me, it just did absolutely nothing for me at all. And also the elastic, I pulled it really tight, so it is just big enough for me to be able to get it on, because obviously you've still got to have enough stretch to get your shoulders in, or your hips, whichever way you're going to do it. But I pulled it really tight. If I just show you without the belt, so you can actually see what it looks like without. And I don't mind it without a belt, but I have to admit, I prefer it with. If I could just get a bit closer so you can see. Just, yeah, I just prefer it with a belt. So, yeah. But again, this fabric, it's viscose from Weaver D. I've also got the blue colourway, and I was going to make the Eve dress, but I haven't got round to that yet. But I managed also to get some of the red, which is beautiful. So yes, from the fabric I had, I've made a True Bias Ogden cami, this dress, and also I did use the scraps, and I thought it might be helpful to show you. This is the snaps for my body. So I used some scraps on the inside, and yeah, I thought that made it look really pretty on the inside, which is really nice. So yeah, but I really love this dress. It's got a really nice feature, which is the panel for the shoulder, and the front kimono style is gathered in to the panel, and so therefore it doesn't have any darts because you've got the gathering here on the shoulder, which is really nice. I went for contrasting buttons just for something different to bring out the orange that is on the print. And yeah, I really like it. I've worn it quite a few times and it's a really, really easy dress to wear. The only thing is, obviously it's a circle skirt, so make sure you've got decent underwear, because there is a possibility of people seeing it, because if it's slightly windy, it's gonna blow. So yes, but I love it. It's a really, really nice dress, and I would love to make another one, so I might have another one planned. Okay, so I've got one more thing to show you. It's not very exciting, but last thing. Okay, so the last thing that I've made is this, and it is M6559 Maxi Dress, McCall's pattern. I've made this version. And if you can see on the line drawing, hopefully you can see, but you probably can't. Yeah, it's got a racer back style, and it's also got just a normal straight style. I've made the racer back, and if I can show you the back, although it's not very easy to see, I've got underwear on. But yeah, it sweeps in slightly, and I really like that style. And yes, really, really long, not that you're going to be able to see, but, and the fit, I really like the fit. I've made this probably, I think this is my 4th one. So yeah, I really like this pattern. It's really easy to wear. I think I've added, let me see, I think I've written it on here. I added 5 inches, and yeah, I think I probably took off about an inch in the end. Yeah, but I added 4 inches for the length, and yeah, it's just right. So really, really simple make. I think on the pattern it doesn't have a band. I don't know if you can really even see that, but I think you just fold it over and stitch it. But I've put bands around the armholes and around the neckline. So yeah, that is it. My chair has been a success. I really like it. I think I'll be using it again. And yes, so thanks for watching. I'll be back soon. I was going to do a 1-hour challenge actually from this dress this month, but in the midst of filming it decided to rain and I was outside, and then I had overlocker issues, and yes, it didn't work, so I didn't get to do that this month. But I'll be back soon with a plans video, because I've got quite a few plans for August, and yep, some exciting things coming up. So yes, I will be back soon with that. So thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it, and obviously hit the subscribe button if you want to see more videos like that, and like this even. And thank you to everyone for all their lovely comments. I love reading them every single time I put a video up. Everybody is so kind. So thanks again, and I'll see you soon. Bye.